everyone. Thanks for joining us for another episode of MidAmerican Gardener. I'm your host, Tanisha Spain, and joining me in the studio today are two of my pals here to talk about all things gardening with you. We've got John and Marty, so let's have them introduce themselves before we jump into the show. So, ladies first, we'll start with you.
Hello out there in TV land. My name is Marty Alanya. I'm a vaguely retired private landscaper. And I love being on the show with John because he is an amazing wealth of information. Disregard everything I tell you and just
listen to John, right?
I brought one plant, he brought like 12.
All right. Well, after that introduction, John.
I'm John Bodensteiner. I'm a Vermilion County Master Gardener. I am retired. I was a pharmacist for many years, and but I do still work. I volunteer at a high school and take care of the greenhouse there. So I enjoy all kinds of plants.
Oh, yes.
And
like I said on a couple shows ago, John is the hardest working gardener I know. He's in all of the community gardens.
It's insane.
He hosts his own show. He's in the greenhouse with the kids. John is just about at the library, all over the city, all over the place. So, well, thank you both for coming and bringing in some goodies, and we're going to have some good discussion. So let's start with a question that came in, specifically addressed to you, John.
Bloody-da.
This is from Matt Courtney. It's about ground cover. He says, hello, John. I have a yard that has about a 30-degree slope on the front portion. I'd like to put in some ground cover like creeping juniper. Can you think of something better? The soil is kind of sandy, so I'm almost thinking a bunch of yucca. So, and actually, we'll hear your answer, but I would love to hear the landscaper perspective as well. So maybe we can tag team this, but you've took some notes here for Matt.
I did. The creeping juniper, that sounds nice, and they are a spectacular plant. My concern is that he said he had sandy soil, and up on that top, it's going to be very, very dry. Any evergreen is going to be susceptible to dying from drought, and not this year probably, but 30% slope at the top is going to be the driest part of the area. So if he wanted to put a row of those towards the bottom, because that's going to be low, and he's not going to hide anything in the back, and then if he wanted to put some of the other plants, like yucca, those are kind of upright. Once you have them, you better want them.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like rhubarb or horseradish. Once you have them,
they're happy and established.
You cut them out, and you cut one out, and now you've got two, and you cut those out, and you've got four.
Oh yeah.
Another one that I was thinking of is liriope. It's got small purple flowers. It does, and that's another question I had. Is he didn't say if it was full sun or shade or partial. That would determine.
I gotta think sun. When
I
we thought about
think
juniper and yucca,
Yeah.
You know.
So, but some of the others, Pachysandra. I love my Pachysandra. It spreads nice, and
unless it's sunny, it's
unless
not going to do.
It does okay. Mine does okay in mostly sun. It does need a little bit of shade, and it's deer resistant, and it's evergreen, which is nice. And it has a spreading root system, which I'm not sure that's important, but a 30-degree angle is pretty high, and he doesn't want to have to be walking up and down. And I know one of our friends, Charlie, lives by the railroad, and he's done that on the backyard. His is on the backyard, and he's put those spreading junipers, and they've done wonderfully. Takes a while. They're not cheap, and get the smaller ones to start with because they'll survive. There's much better survival rate. Another one, I don't know if depending again, catmint.
Lepida. Yep.
Russian sage would be something else. Some of these are, depending on the soil. He said sandy. This Russian sage is drought resistant. I kind of picked some of those that were drought resistant. If you wanted in the very back, maybe some forsythia. And there's some smaller ones. There's the dwarf varieties now.
Yeah.
Another one that I have on my side hills is periwinkle. And it's evergreen too. And then in the spring, you get this whole beautiful blue flowers.
Flowers, yeah.
And Vinca minor, It's one of my. It's nice glossy leaves. It just looks nice.
Also comes in variegated varieties.
Yes,
So
and
you get not just the flower, but then get more bang for your buck.
Yes.
Get variegated foliage, and then when it blooms, then it's like, whoa, that's even better.
The bonus.
Ta-da!
So another one is a juga. That would be something for in the very front because it stays but it spreads and it's maintenance free. And then of course if it is shade, I would put hostas there. I would plant all kinds of hostas.
If it's shade.
If it's shade.
If it's shade. But,
John's always going to plug
the other
hosta.
thing, hostas. You can plant hostas in sun, but on a hillside it's going to be dry, and hostas in the sun.
yeah, they don't
Dry
have water.
and without water is not
Not a good
not a good
combination.
thing.
Well, no.
If you have hostas in the sun, you need to have them in a wet area, and they will do okay. Certain ones, I have some hostas that are in full sun. Some of them, they're coming out with a few now that are actually made for full sun. If you have good moisture,
Gotcha.
hostas.
That's it.
Hostas
That's
need.
the catch.
That's the thing. They do wonderfully, and mulch them. If you can mulch them, that helps hostas. That's one of the things that hostas really do like, is to be mulched heavily, and they'll come through that. They'll die back and spread. They are good for soil holding, but the Pachysandra and periwinkle, those are really good for holding soil, especially at 30-degree angles. So.
Any others you would add to the roster there? That was a very nice list.
I'm gonna assume that that's full sun, since you're talking about juniper and the indomitable yucca. If I was going to plant yucca, I would strongly suggest you do color guard. It's a yellow and white variegated.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's really nice, and it's not invasive like the regular green stuff is. There's a couple different other varieties of yucca, and all of them will make you insane. So the variegated ones, I don't think they bloom as reliably as the green ones, but they're so pretty on their own.
I've got a couple of those.
Me too, and I love them.
And
they're
they're
very well
striking.
behaved. Yeah, they're like a variegated iris, only they don't wimp out in the sun. In August, they look just as good as they did in May.
And they'll do fine on that 30-degree slope, you think?
They will, if you got your heart set on yucca. But you can also do, like John was saying, you can also do catmint. And if you've got a slope that, I don't know, you didn't give the dimensions of the slope, did they?
Nope.
That angle, there are a lot of things you can use. Have you thought of sedum? Just regular old plain autumn joy sedum. It'll get about 2 feet tall. In a hot, dry place like that, where it has to grow slowly because it's starved for water, it'll get stiffly upright, beautiful in the fall. Catmint at its feet, and put in Walker's Low, because Walker's Low is not actually low, but it's a perfect place for filling in, and it will not let anything else grow up through it. Have you considered some grasses, maybe? Calamagrostis is a favorite of mine. Carl Forster.
Carl Forster is wonderful.
It's just a beautiful grass. It looks like wheat. It's very Midwesterny.
Yeah.
It's stiffly upright, does not spread all over the place. I know a lot of people like miscanthus, but Carl Forster doesn't die out in the middle.
Or like this guy here,
Yeah.
a northern sea oak.
That
one there likes to spread, but
those but they're so pretty.
When you get the breeze,
when the
it's
breeze
just
moves,
just that little.
Oh yeah.
It's like you two have done this a time or two.
For the bottom part of the slope, I would even think about like some lemon wave or lemon mound spirea, some small ones. Look at variegation on leaves. Get as much bang for your buck. Those are yellow. I mean, a beautiful golden lemon peel yellow all season.
One of the euonymuses, they've got the variegated euonymus.
They do, but it's so crawly around and choky out.
That's why I didn't recommend.
Yeah, they have great color, but I don't plant them.
They can be very invasive,
they really can.
You'll be wrestling with them in the end.
But I mean, sedum, catmint, grasses, if it's deeply, way sunny, any native grass will go there. I mean, flank it, frame that, make it not a pain in your neck, but a place where people go, whoa, slow the car down. What was that?
And another thing, look for natives.
Yeah.
Being it's on a hillside,
Yeah.
we have hillsides and we have native plants that grow on hillsides.
Absolutely.
And they are much more carefree than some of the imports that we get and things like that. And yeah, I mean, there's nothing carefree. It's less care. I mean, there's nothing
nothing
called
completely
no
maintenance-free.
maintenance. It's low maintenance or less maintenance. But
Well, what I learned working at the U of I on the grounds department for years and years was, and then in private practice as well, ground cover's great if it takes off and flies and you tend it, but it still needs tending. Even juniper will get grass and thistle growing up through it, and you will want to kill yourself. It's just,
and then a 30
it's going to be
slope,
dry.
it's going to be hard.
Yeah, put things on there that enjoy dry, sandy, even lavender. I mean, put something on there that loves that kind of a, but not things that are invasive. I mean, and something that's pretty. I mean, do just a little bit of Google research. Go to your garden center, your local garden center.
Yeah, watch your heights. Check your heights so that I know you're going to have that height as you go up, but you still want to have it when you're at the street level. That you're going to see it. But if you're at the top level and that's the
looking down,
you're not going to see the other stuff. So
even get a hold of a local landscaper and ask them for some ideas.
But not Marty, because she's trying to retire.
God Almighty, am I trying to retire?
Okay, so Matt, you got options and lots of them. Okay, John, let's go to your cuttings.
Okay.
Talk to us about some of the fun stuff you brought in.
Talking about cut flowers and different things like that.
Yes.
In my yard right now, I don't have a tremendous amount of actual blossoms.
Okay.
But I've got some that I can go out and get some nice, but that doesn't mean you can't have a very nice bouquet.
The visual.
And the color. And that's why I brought some of my hostas. And if you get something like this and then have a daisy or something like that, put this in the background, you can see all the different varieties of wide variety of colors.
And if you don't know, John is a hosta fanatic. How many? 300 plus?
Between 200 and 300. I've lost track.
He doesn't do anything in a small, subtle way.
No, nothing is ever small or subtle.
But
let's talk tomatoes. Germany.
This can sit in the back, or and that way you still have color. There are other things other than the flowers that you can use. This purple.
That is gorgeous.
This is a wandering Jew, and
a variety.
And you put this in the water and wait. Put that in long enough, you're going to end up with a whole new plant because it's going to root. Right here where the leaf nodes were, there's also root nodes. The other thing, and you want something that's a little bit different. How about
Why not?
snake plant?
Why not?
Again, it adds a different sense to the bouquet. And again, if you cut it right, you'll end up with a new plant at the end. So I was trying to kill two birds with one stone with that. The other thing, to get a little shakiness in there, maybe some northern sea oats. And if my wife said, well, how about just having a kitchen garden, a kitchen bouquet?
Yes.
And so I've got some sage,
Reminds me of, never mind.
some basil, which wasn't in the water, so it's a little wilty, and different things like that. Yeah,
I can smell. I've been sitting here smelling this basil the whole time I've been in the studio.
And I forgot on just going back to this is what Pachysandra is.
There you go.
Okay.
I went and cut some, and this is about as tall as it gets, and very nice. Stays green throughout the year. Has a little tiny.
This was one of your suggestions for the slope?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
If it's partial shade.
If it's partial shade.
But
that
they're
has
still
to
gonna have
have
water
shade.
it. Yeah.
It really does, especially on a steep slope like that where it's. But that was one of the things. So, but just another thing, I know Ella and Karen had talked about using. This is a contorted filbert or. Lauder's walking stick.
Harry Lauder's walking stick.
So, but he
must have been bent over a lot.
He's You can
It's
see
like a
just,
cartoon.
and then you just kind of
Yeah.
work your plants in, and then you put one or two different blossoms
forget
in there.
Jacob.
Oh, and yeah, Jacob's ladder. That's another one.
forget
This
Jacob.
is a variegated one, and so
So as you're waiting for your flowers to bloom and to pop, there's still so much stuff to enjoy.
Oh,
Green,
hugely,
yes.
hugely.
and this, if you catch it at the right time, had little flowers hanging at the bottom here.
Yeah,
So
little bell-shaped
little
flower,
bit, yeah. And so at certain times that would have flowers, but you want some different textures and things in your bouquet. You just
yeah.
don't go, it just adds some uniqueness.
And no matter what it is, if you walk by the room and there's a vase, you're going to look at it, and that does. I mean, it has visual appeal.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. All that different color and
So-
texture in there.
I rarely make a summer cut flower bouquet without hosta.
Well, I know
They're
you
just
make
the
a lot
best
of beautiful
thing.
fall.
They're just the
Yes.
nicest background, though.
You're-
But I mean, these are great for gladiolas or roses. I mean, whatever you're cutting,
Oh, yes.
hosta is the perfect little
The backdrop.
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 I mean,
That's
it's gorgeous.
gorgeous.
Rather than just having
so pretty.
right now I don't have that many blossoms, but and they're usually tall, and I need some filler. So
Yeah.
Just what you have in your
Awesome
hand there
for
is
that.
really
Yeah.
pretty.
Yep.
So
So
get
just-
creative
I
as you make
deliberately,
things.
I
Yes.
deliberately plant gypsophila, baby's breath.
oh yeah,
Because if you're going to cut
Oh
flowers,
yeah. Just
you can grow it. It's not hard
and
to do
stick
at
those
all.
in anywhere. Just
Wink,
to, yeah.
wink, yeah.
Very
Little filler
nice.
upper there.
We had Kelly on a few months ago, and she was talking about how makes these bouquets for people that they can then turn into houseplants. So she does put snake plants in there. She
Fun.
does put coleus in there, pothos and all those things, and gives it to someone and says, "Here you go. This is 10 plants if you can keep it alive." You know?
Oh my gosh, I have a friend who's got a house plants, just crazy, and oh my gosh, I'm going to tell her that she'll go nuts.
Yes.
She'll
Yeah.
just go nuts.
It's a great way to thin your,
Yeah.
supply
Herd, yeah.
out, and yeah,
and
exactly.
and these have colors. You always think, well, I want some color. Well, these have as much color as some of
Yes.
Oh,
the
yeah.
flowers do. So
Yes.
And they don't fade. The color stays all
yeah,
season long.
and they don't drop
true.
their leaves. I mean, they don't drop the petals and the pollen, things like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true. Okay.
yeah.
All right, Marty, I've been waiting to hear this this one's story.
Okay. Lysimachia. I've always pronounced it Lysimachia, Lysimachia. Lysimachia is a family that's known for its invasive qualities, and nobody recommends that you plant it. However, this little fella right here, this is Lysimachia atropurpurea. Atro means dark, sinister, foreboding. So, Lysimachia atropurpurea, purpurea just means purple. So it's dark purple.
They always like to get
It doesn't
fancy.
have
It's
to.
for
Oh
drama.
my God! Yeah. Oh yeah. Those
For the
Latins.
drama.
I'll tell you what. Latin is a dead language. Anyway, so this is Lysimachia atropurpurea, and it is a cultivated variety. I don't know if you can zoom in on that or not. It's called Beaujolais, and unlike its, unlike its yellow flowered counterparts and cousins, it is it is a well-behaved plant. It's not invasive. It has a gray-green leaf. I found this at a big box store in the garden center, and it was the only one there, and it looks kind of pitiful, as you can see. However, I don't care because I know what it does. It was leaning over for the light, but this is one of my favorite plants. It's become one of my favorites. I bought this for me. So again, I don't know if you can zoom in at all. But here's a little, it's almost faded, but I will cut it back and it will bloom again. So can you see that purple flower with the, I just put my hand, or I could have used a label. All these spikes that you see were long spikes of purple flowers. This gets to be about 2 feet tall. Very well behaved, stiffly upright. I'll just make a mess like I always do.
I must have missed. Is it a perennial?
It's absolutely perennial, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like zone 4. But, the common name for Lysimachia is loose strife.
Okay.
And everybody's heard of anybody who gardens heard of purple loosestrife, and it's on the don't plant that because it's invasive in wetlands.
North Dakota, if you have it, you can be fined.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's gotten that bad.
Yeah.
Because they're wetlands. It likes to grow over.
That's the thing.
Oh, okay.
It'll take over wetlands.
But I like it's got almost a sage-like leaf, which is nice to add that.
This was pitiful looking, by the way, when I got it, like I said. But when I get it home and plant it, I just got this the other day. I'm going to cut it back by about half. I'm going to cut all the spent flowers off. And I'll cut this guy back too. It's leaning over so badly. It's going to go in essentially full sun, probably 6 to 7 hours. And
in a perfect world, it grows upright.
Straight up. I mean, it is. Honest to goodness, it is stiffly.
Every panelist on this show loves a plant that's on life support.
Really,
all of you bring.
I was looking specifically for this, and it was one that was the last one they had.
I wouldn't be surprised if the pot was tipped over for a while,
and it was trying
and they didn't notice it.
Maybe
it's still
or something was leaning
over
it.
The gravity still said, "Grow this way."
Life will find a way.
Over here. So anyway, Lysimachia atropurpurea Beaujolais, the kind that you're not supposed to, purple loosestrife. This has the common name sometimes of purple loosestrife, but remember, it's a cultivated variety. It's been specifically cultivated, and the name of it is Beaujolais, like the wine. So, unlike the invasive army man type that you don't want to plant, this is like its namesake. It's soothing and delightful. And
now, is it going to, when it does spread or grow, does it grow out? Does it grow up? How can you expect it to behave in the landscape? In the landscape, I have planted this before, and it's been in the ground at another client's house about 3 years, and it is not bigger around in total than this pot, which is about, and
that's really amazing.
10 inches across. Because Lysimachia, you just expect it to go and just eat everything around it. But this little fellow, he's quite the gentleman. Very nice. Okay. And so nice. And just hardy as all get out. The gray-green leaf shows up nicely. It's kind of finely cut. And the flower spikes are just really nice. And they make great cut flowers for a vase. Really nice upright variety. Yeah, so it gets to be 20 inches, maybe with the bloom, if it's really robust, is 2 feet tall. But I planted it by a lamppost. And I think I put 3 in, and they're just about where they were before. Okay. About that tall. They're very striking. Really nice little variety.
They behave.
Yeah, so, don't plant the fam. Okay. But this little guy,
every family's got those ones that are just kind of, we've all got the unsavory characters.
Don't come to Thanksgiving.
Exactly.
Just don't. But you can invite him.
Did we get through everything in your notes? Did you have any factoids to share? You had listed a whole bunch of
different topics.
Like one of the things I noticed, is it too late to plant?
Yes. Is it?
No. Okay. You can even plant beans right now yet because the beans that you've had are probably getting to the point where you're going to have some beans. Well, once those beans are done, you have the ones that you just planted. By the time those are done, you've got these to start. And another thing is, I know Chuck is going to be on one of the shows coming up. He'll tell you now's the time to start your Brussels sprouts, so that you can have those in the fall and the winter time. So no, it's not too late. There's all your fall crops. Might be a little bit early to start those. Some of your peas and your radishes and things. You may want to let it cool down just a little bit.
I'd do another month for peas and let it another crop of. Radishes are.
But we could plant something.
Like you can plant them on the moon. Doesn't matter. But the peas. I'd wait till probably the last week of August or so.
Yeah.
Because then it's. Hopefully,
it's going to be a little bit cooler.
And they grow so fast.
Which who knows this year because everything has been so.
If you go on the internet and look cool crops, they're going to list a whole bunch of and if you see something on there, your lettuces, your kales, all those love that cool weather, and now's the time to start them. And if you're going to start them from seed. Yeah. Because usually the box stores and everybody else doesn't have them by the time they're done and they've put everything away. Yeah. So if you want to have those, buy some seeds. There's still seeds out there. And so you can start your own. It's much cheaper.
Oh, yeah.
And you can pick the different varieties. And so, no, it's definitely not too late to start things. And like I said, you can always plant something, no matter what time of the year.
That is so true.
And even right now in high summer,
Yeah.
this is the time to plant zucchini, because everybody put it in April or May, and then the squash beetles get it real badly. But the squash beetle's life cycle is kind of done.
Well, they're done
around
laying
July.
eggs, and so they're
You're home
live
free. You
yeah.
can plant zucchini now that looks like it's right out of the catalog, right out of the seed catalog.
I usually say
you won't have any trouble with those if you wait until the first part of July.
Between June 15th and July 1
Yeah.
is usually when I say to start
Yeah.
your zucchini, squash.
Yeah, and it's and they like a warm soil. It
Perfect
ain't gonna get
timing.
any warmer than it is now. I mean, they'll just jump right up.
And you're probably,
thing.
on a lot of those,
Cucumbers, all
you're going to
of
get
those.
the male blossoms when you
Sure.
get them on that first.
All right, we
You-
got to
you
leave
only
it there,
need-
guys. We're out of time.
Oh.
But
I mean,
we
we
know
can
more.
continue
Stop.
this, but
Okay.
sorry, we have to kick you out of the conversation now. If you have questions, you can send them in to us at yourgarden@gmail.com or look for us on socials. Just look for MidAmerican Gardener. And thanks so much for watching. We will see you next time. Good night.